Well, let me talk about this Mgtow minstrels and they little definition of, I guess, well, according to Wikipedia, the Mgtow minstrels is an anti-feminist, misogynistic, mostly online community advocating for men to separate themselves from women and from a society which they believe has been corrupted by feminism. Now, I'm going to stop right there. This society formation, the people who wrote the Declaration were corrupted. Those who brought black people over here on ships were corrupted. So this whole notion that feminism corrupted this Western society, the Western society was already messed up. The foundation was already built on a lie. So that can be easily debunked. The community is part of a manosphere, a collection of anti-feminist websites and online communities that also includes the men's rights movement, incels, and pickup artists. Like I said, like I'm always say, these are nothing but a bunch of cowards. Okay, the only men who have rights in this country are white men, and it's also directly responsible that a white man who started this movement. For what reason, I don't know. Because it don't make no sense. Because these are the same white men who create these laws. The same white men who back up these feminists. So y'all can miss with that BS. Like other manosphere communities, Mgtow overlaps with the alt-right and white supremacist movements, and also been implicated in the online harassment of women. The Southern Poverty Law Center categorizes Mgtow as a part of the male supremacist ideology. Now remember, this is according to Wikipedia. While it is not clear where the Mgtow ideology originated, it is believed to have emerged in the early 2000s. A blog called No Ma'am was one of the first sites dedicated to the ideology, publishing a Mgtow manifesto in 2001. Early members of the Mgtow were largely libertarian, whatever that means. There is a divide between early and contemporary members of the community, within some earlier members expressing derision for the present-day Mgtow community. Mgtow communities and their fellow manosphere group pickup artists began to merge with the alt-right when it came to prominence beginning in 2015. The two groups overlapped both in membership and in ideology. Both believed that feminism had destroyed the Western society. No, feminism hasn't done anything. Like I said, they got cowards on the feminism, and you got cowards on this Mgtow BS. Mgtow and other manosphere communities also overlap with various white supremacist, authoritarian, and populist movements worldwide. Far-right commentator and polemicist. I don't, man, please. I'm just looking at this. Milo, yada yada, however you pronounce that, is credited with helping to popularize the Mgtow, with a 2014 Breitbart article about the sex of this, in which he described men who are eschewing women love sex in marriage because of feminism. That sounds like some homosexual to me. There has been several prominent online Mgtow communities, including the subreddit Mgtow and small alternative subreddits. The Mgtow Forum, the independent website Mgtow was created in 2011. The Mgtow Forum emerged in 2014. Following Reddit's 2017 ban of a large incel subreddit, Mgtow was briefly the largest and most active manosphere subreddit, falling to the second most popular soon after. Reddit quarantined the Mgtow subreddit in January 2020, a restriction the platform applies to subreddits determined to be extremely offensive or upsetting to the average Redditor, which prevents them from appearing in the popular Reddit feeds, excluding them from search and recommendations that requires visitors to agree to seeing potentially offensive content before entering. Reddit banned the subreddit in August 2021 for breaking a policy against the promotion of violence and hate. But you can't stop white supremacists, but you can stop a bunch of dumbass faggots. That's basically what this means to me. Now, I could be jumping the gun on it. Members of the Mgtow communities are primarily heterosexual white middle-class men from North America and Europe. Like I said, this is a white man's movement. I don't understand black men who join this movement. These are the same white men who complain to no end when they have complete control. They are the same white men who write these laws, who created this culture that we now live in. That's why I'm telling brothers, do not join this Mgtow BS. They only turning you against your own woman. The same way the feminist movement has turned some black women against black men. This is not our battle. This is a battle between white men and white women. That is all I'm saying. Unlike some manosphere groups, Mgtow is exclusively male. Jones and colleagues writing in the New Media and Society in 2019 described the size of Mgtow communities. While the precise number of Mgtow followers is unclear, it appears to be popular in growing group within the manosphere. The subreddit Mgtow has grown from 54,000 members in early 2018 to 104,000 members in early 2019, and there are 32,859 members listed on one Mgtow forum. Author Donna Zuckerberg described Mgtow in her 2018 book, Not All Dead White Men. I tell you, this is a white... I don't know what... This is. They just literally just telling you this is a white man's group. I don't know what black man in his right mind would even join this type of organization that hates on women. Okay? There's no reason to even hate on no black woman. Because this is what they only using you to hate on black women. But y'all so smart and you think you're doing something. These are the same white men who write these laws. I can't reiterate that. They created this whole Western BS culture. The same white women who created feminism screwed up the minds of some of our black women and turned some of them against black men. So now you have this artificial gender war, which really has nothing to do with black men and black women. It's between white men and white women. Honestly, I don't even know why white men is even complaining for in the first place. Hell, because they one who write the laws. They need to leave us out of their business. But some of you brothers are so gullible that, yeah, I'm gonna follow behind this. Yeah, I don't like women who act like this. How you think the reason why some of our black women act the way they act? Because they see some of us brothers get with these white men, okay? All of our lives, before there was any real black people on screen, all you saw was a white woman and white men. Many of our sisters have been programmed to look at white men as princes. Many of our brothers have looked at white women as princesses. You understand that you helping in the destruction of black people, because even as it's, I can't even really speak. I was getting tired of this. I just want to let people know what they're dealing with. I really don't care about this Mgtow ideology. I don't even know what the ideology really is. As far as I'm concerned, it's nothing more than a white supremacist group. I think, honestly, it would start by some faggots. That's just my opinion. At the center of the Mgtow ideology is the notion of male separatism and belief that society has been corrupted by feminism. See? And plus, and just to add on to that, these are a bunch of weak-minded men. If you're going to sit up here and let this so-called feminism sit up and make you cry, you don't deserve to be no man. Because remember, these so-called feminists go home. Most of these so-called feminists are married. Some of them are gay. Some of these groups are misogynist and anti-feminist, believing that feminism have made women dangerous to men and that male self-preservation requires disassociate completely from women. That's a complete fallacy because men need women and women need men. Like I told you, this is white man's logic. Like, I'm going to keep saying that. I don't give a damn if you call me racist or not. I'm calling it what it is. I'm reading to you who literally started this ideology. No black men has been mentioned in this. This is white man logic. These are cowards. I mean, how many ways can I show you how cowardly this Mgtow shit is? These are cowards. They don't want to take accountability. Any grown man will not sit up here and cry about feminism. These same feminists are married, so they have no reason to be crying. Then you got black men, part of this Mgtow movement. You have black women who are part of the feminist movement. This is not our fight. They already control the Western world while we sit up here fighting over nothing. And then you Mgtow brothers or minstrels use black women videos, further degrading her. Because most of y'all don't want to take accountability for nothing. When I made a video yesterday calling Mgtow minstrels, when I read the comments, all I heard was all they was do can call was name call. Could none of them challenge anything that I said? Hide behind a keyboard. I don't need to hide behind no keyboard. I don't give a damn about no white man. I don't give a damn about no Asian man. I don't give a damn about no Arab man. I don't give a damn about no Hispanic men. I care about my fellow brothers who follow this stupid logic. Because all you doing is further divided from the black woman. The black woman is your greatest ally. But y'all so blinded and worshiping white men that you can't see that. And the same goes for the black women who follow that feminism logic. The black man is your greatest ally. But you blinded by these white women. You try to look like white women wearing these blonde weaves for which I do not understand why. Because for the most, black men don't care for no weaves. Most black men love black women, especially with her natural hair. So don't let this corrupted society tell you what black men think. If you want to know what we think, come and talk to us. It's as simple as that. Don't sit up here and call on no faggots like Kevin Samuels. Because he hates black women. The greatest enemy of black women is a homosexual. Let that sink in. There's no such thing as a high-value man. There's no values. That's why you see this sex with no commitment. Who pushed this ideal? That's part of the feminist movement. And then you got these so-called alpha men, but you can't get but you sit up here complaining about women. They talk about beta males who provide for them financially, but to whom they deny sex, sometimes choosing to have sex with attractive men outside of their marriage. Okay, so they talk about how women cheat. You got men that cheat every day, but y'all don't call that out. These so-called alpha men be cheating on a regular basis, but you don't say nothing about that. You see how twisted this ideology is? I mean, this is just so ridiculously stupid. But yet you have many going for it. And then you got this, I mean, I'm trying to understand this manosphere. Like I said, it's just a bunch of cowards who ain't got nothing better to do. Especially black men, you really need to wake up. You really stuck in the matrix following this logic, man. All you doing is helping tear down your own woman. That's all you doing. These white men still getting money while you sit up here with getting money with no woman. They're trying to get the idea of marriage is the wrong thing to do. This is not traditional. I ain't never seen no crap like this in my life. You're going to let a bunch of white men tell you about your relationships, tell you about your woman, telling you what you need to do. Man, you better get a life. You better go to Africa and talk to some of the brothers out there and get the real gist of how to be in a relationship with a black woman. Because obviously this is not working. It's keeping you more separated. And this is an online group. Like I said, this is just a bunch of grown men who don't want to take accountability for nothing. They talk about how unfair the court system is towards men. Okay, let's change the culture. Remember, who write these laws? Damn, who write these laws? The damn sure ain't no black men writing these laws. Man, sometimes some of y'all brothers got to use some critical thinking skills. I mean, they literally just telling you right in your face. And they sit up here and talk about women. They sit up here and complain about women, but yet they still smashing women. The hypocrisy in that. I just want to give you the gist of what you joining. Listen, like I said, nothing but a bunch of white men with nothing better to do, creating these stupid movements, and you even got stupider black men following them, tearing down your own women in the process. And on the opposite end with some black women who join these stupid feminist movements. All you doing is helping in the destruction of black men. The black man needs you the same way a black woman needs you. Black man needs black women. Black women need black men. Let us separate from these white men and white women. And I dare any of you Mgtow minstrels come holler at your boy. Now, I ain't gonna say I'm a man, because I don't sit online all day crying and complaining. Punks. That's all y'all is. Punks. Hide behind the keyboard all day. Because you can't get no coochie. You can't be in no relationship. You don't want to have no family. You don't want to get married. You don't want to take accountability for nothing. But you go attack the weak. You go attack the woman who is weak when she needs her protection, especially now. And you just invite all these other races of men to attack black women, because those are the videos I primarily see on these Mgtow Minstrel channels. Y'all some dummies, man, with no sense of manhood whatsoever. Y'all have a sad definition of what it is to be a man. Especially black men. That's why we need to go to Africa, so we can have a talk with our brothers out there. But y'all want to side with these white men, so that's your prerogative. I ain't siding with no white man, not especially not against my own black woman, because I know how valuable she is. And y'all sit up there treating her like a wet food stamp. Y'all better quit listening to these white men, because at the end of the day, they the ones who got the power here in the West, while you have none. We can be building our power if you separate from these white men and quit listening to them. Because these are the same white men who are killing black women. Killing us too. Dumbasses.